Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining our Moore Kingston Smith and QuickBooks webinar this morning. I am Son Woodhams. I am the Software Advisory Manager at Moore Kingston Smith. So, should you have any questions after this regarding QuickBooks or any of the third-party applications that bolt onto QuickBooks, feel free to drop me an email. We're joined today by Lewis Bird, who is the Major Account Manager at Intuit, along with Anthony Levene, who is a Senior Professional Services Consultant, also at Intuit QuickBooks. They're going to guide us through the new platform, the new agents, and everything that will be coming, or you might already have seen in QuickBooks over the coming year. And yeah, that's it. If you've got any questions, drop them into the chat. We'll do a Q&A towards the end, but if there's anything that pops up along the way, feel free to pop a little web chat in, and we'll pick those up towards the end or during that section of the webinar. So over to Lewis and Anthony.
Perfect. Thank you, Simon. Morning, everyone. Thanks very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Know your time's valuable, but hopefully what we'll show you today will really enhance how you manage your businesses and really sort of fundamentally change how you sort of work with your accountant. So a little bit of an overview as to sort of what we're going to look at today. So this is the brand new Intuit platform or Intuit QuickBooks platform. It is more than just an update, we promise. It's a real sort of fundamental shift, bringing everything you need to sort of run your business into hopefully one sort of unified place. We're going to explore a little bit about, like Simon says, how sort of powerful our new AI agents are that are embedded within the platform, and also our sort of agents that really are specifically there to help you reclaim those sort of valuable hours when you're running your business. So we wanted to sort of start by just giving you a bit of an idea as to what the challenge is. So we've gone out and done a lot of market research, and we've been hearing sort of clear messages from our customers that the workflow friction, and sort of process complexity is really coming sort of or becoming unsustainable within your sort of tech stack. So what we want you to think about is sort of managing your business is now juggling between sort of 7 and 25 apps on a day-to-day basis, just to run your sort of normal day-to-day operations. And these apps were sort of originally brought in to obviously boost your efficiency. But what we're sort of starting to see is now the opposite, and apps are becoming sort of bloated. You're always trying to manage sort of multiple users, multiple passwords, different integrations, data silos, etc. So what we've sort of moved to is a solution where we're really unifying our whole platform and the way that you run your business. So we're leveraging sort of the combined power of QuickBooks, MailChimp, and Intuit Assist, which is our sort of AI part of our system, to basically create one seamless environment. And you'll see the tools on the right there that sort of come into that. And really, by integrating all of these required apps into one platform, we're hopefully going to eliminate the friction and the issues that you're sort of maybe finding with that tech stack into one sort of really powerful data center. So what this looks like in practice, and what it actually means for you, we're going to sort of look at the core pillars really of our platform. So firstly, we have our AI agents, which are built directly into QuickBooks workflows. So they handle repetitive tasks like data entry, categorization, reconciliation, really freeing up that time for you to for your sort of teams to focus on what's important for your business. And that might be growth, it might be servicing the current client base, whatever's important to you, but hopefully doing that sort of everything in one place and much more efficiently to sort of execute those critical jobs. So and then finally, that like seamless collaboration. So obviously your accountant is really important to you, and that sort of time consuming email in backwards and forward is really slowing you guys down, but also just not making it as easy for you to communicate with your trusted experts that you've obviously chosen to work with. So that gives you a bit of a sort of overview, and really just to give you a bit of an idea on the sort of availability. So the great news is that this isn't sort of something that we're saying is available in 6 months' time. It's already here. The platform is now 100% available to all QuickBooks users. And we know it takes a little bit of time to look into this platform, make the changes that you might need to might need to look at and learn it. But actually, we really obviously encourage using this new platform because the benefits have been without doubt sort of overwhelmingly positive from the sort of companies and firms that are using it. So that's sort of it from me from a start point. I'm going to pass over to our Ant to give you a bit of a sort of overview on the AI agents and go from there.
Great, thanks, Lewis. Before we jump into the product demo, because I want to show you really how all of this works in practice, I'm just going to run through a couple of slides that will just give us some more information about our new AI agents. And obviously, I'm sure you're hearing a lot of buzzwords around AI at the moment. So I'll try and keep the slides brief, and then we'll go and see what this means in practice. So essentially, we've got four agents that are really hopefully going to change how you work within your business and also how you work with your accountant. So first up, we've got our accounting agent, and essentially this is your team's new best friend. It automatically helps categorize transactions that are coming through from your bank with much higher accuracy. It will proactively check for anomalies in your accounts that might require attention or that might prompt you to reach out to Simon and the team to get some more information. And crucially, it streamlines the collaboration loop with your accountant. So, for example, if they need some copies of receipts or invoices or clarifications on transactions, that can all be done within QuickBooks now. So really streamlining that process. The second agent is our customer agent. So we're thinking CRM here. This focuses on revenue generation, relationship management. It will source leads directly from your mail inbox. So connect to your Gmail, Outlook. It can draft highly personalized email responses to inquiries and leads. And it ensures that you're tracking every customer opportunity through the entire sales cycle from the first contact through to conversion. Next up is our finance agent. So this is all about oversight. It's essentially a real-time data analysis against predetermined financial plans and budgets. So if you're taking advantage of the budgeting and forecasting within QuickBooks, then this agent can tell you if things start moving off course. And obviously, again, that's a prompt to reach out to your accountant because our AI agents are great, but your accountants have way more experience. So think of this as just identifying an area that you might want to look into alongside your accountant. It's giving you the information to make sure you have intervened with timely advice. And then our final agent here is our project management agent. So thinking service-based industries here, the project management agent is a massive time saver. Essentially, again, it's about automating processes here. So this one can automatically create draft projects with key details like estimated time, billing rates. It can pre-fill your projects based on past similar jobs. So it's allowing you to get projects up and running much faster and reducing the manual entry. A lot of these AI agents are about reducing that repetitive manual work. Okay, so we've had a look at the slides. Let's go in and have a look at QuickBooks now. So I'm going to go into my QuickBooks online here. So I'm not Hamilton, actually, I'm Anthony, but I've borrowed Hamilton's account for today's demo. So some of you might have seen this new layout. This is our new user interface. I've been at QuickBooks for almost a decade now, a few months short of a decade, and this is undoubtedly the biggest change we've had in terms of the look and the feel of QuickBooks. And I'll be honest, it took me a little bit of time getting used to it, after spending 10 years with essentially the same user interface. But the more I've been working with it and the more I've been demoing this layout, I've really grown to appreciate how easy it is to customize and personalize it to exactly what I want, exactly how I need it. And based on your login. So you can have different team members we would highly recommend that each team member has their own login. When they log in, they'll have their own user interface as well. So what we see in here, this is my home page when I log in. At the top here, we've got the apps that I'm going to be using on a daily basis. If I want to create my bills, if I want to check my customer hub, for example. We've got some shortcuts here to actions that I do a lot, creating invoices, adding bank deposits. And then we've got widgets here. And you can add up to 25 different widgets that will just give you a snapshot on how your business is performing. So we've got my P&L here. You can choose the periods that you want to have this report showing for. So it really, again, easy to adjust. My expenses, sales, accounts receivable. You want to add more widgets? Just click the add widget and you can select new ones to appear on your home screen here. As I said, this is all about customization. So when I come to the top here, I can click on the customize button. If I don't want these shortcuts to my apps, I just click the bin and I can get rid of it. If I don't need shortcuts to tasks that I'm going to be completing, we can get rid of that. And likewise with all the widgets, you can even shift them around and rearrange them into exactly the order that you want them to appear. Customization is really the key here. So we're going to save that as it is. How are you navigating? Well, first of all, right at the top here, we've got our search. The search bar is so important in QuickBooks. If you wanted to, you've just created an invoice on the system or a bill in this case, and you've maybe put the wrong VAT, you want to find it. You've always got your most recent transactions in order at the top there. You want to search for an invoice, a customer, a receipt. All of that can be navigated through the search bar. Any report you're looking for, profit and loss, just type it in there. That will pull up the reports. And then on our left-hand side, we've got our menu here. So right at the top, the create, all of the tasks that you'll be frequently doing, creating a sales receipt, paying bills. And these are the tasks that can be added here as well. So if I click show all, this allows me to select up to 4 favorites that I want to appear there that I can quickly access at any time. Just click the star and you can add those tasks. Next up, we've got bookmarks. This is the one that I use a lot. So you'll see these are the areas we'll be going to through this demo. Any page you're on, just click bookmark current page. And as the name suggests, it will add it to your list of bookmarks here, whether that's a report, a customer, anything that you want to bookmark. And that makes it really quick and easy to navigate. We've got our home page. I'll come back to the feed. This is where your AI agents live. We'll come back to that in a second. We've got our reporting, all of your standard reports, custom reports. If you use management reports, if you're a QuickBooks Advanced user, you can access your spreadsheet sync and your cash flow budgets and forecasts. If I click on all apps, that will add a second menu here. And this is basically everything that's in QuickBooks. And there's a lot here. So all of your accounting, your receipt capture, charts of accounts. You can fold all of these if you're not using them. Access to your projects, to your customer hub. And then if you click this little logo here, that will fold that away to give you more real, what's the word? Real estate. Your screen real estate, give you more space to view all of your reports, for example. So that sits under your all apps. And if you just click on this at any point, that will open it up. Okay, so let's have a look at the AI feeds. We've had a look at the navigation, how you can customize it using your bookmarks, for example. If we click on our feed here, this will show you where your AI agents are living. And what this will do, it will give you a snapshot of anything that the AI agents have been doing overnight. And this is really important. The AI agents will not do anything without your consent first. So what they're doing here is they're highlighting, they're bringing to your attention certain areas, things that are going on in QuickBooks that you should know about. So at the top here, we've got our accounting agent. And we'll go and have a look in a lot more depth because this is my favorite of the AI agents. But this one is essentially looking for transactions that have been coming through from your bank that might need some more information. And we can click on review all. That will take us directly to our bank feed to see all of our bank transactions. Next up, we've got our finance agent. Now, the finance agent is looking into your accounts, looking at reports, and just pulling out some information that might be relevant to your business. So this one's looking at a monthly financial summary, and it's put together a financial summary for December. It's had a look. My total income was 1,040 with an overall increase of £50. Happy days, £50 more in the bank. But it's highlighted a major anomaly in September where income surged, while November and December recorded negative and zero. So what it's looking here, it's looking for trends in your accounts, peaks in your income, peaks in your expenses, and also identifying areas that might need attention. If I click on show details, I can get some more information. In this case, a bar chart that's showing me why it's picked up or why it's focusing on this peak in income. Wherever we see this little logo here, it's the AI sparkle. I'm not going to be using that word again today, but this is wherever you see that, that is a sign that there's something going on with the AI, that it's highlighting something, that it's recommending. And we can always go straight in and review these summaries. So let's go and have a look at our financial summary. As it says here, it's analysing our company's financial health, identifying KPIs, fetching budgets, and building a monthly summary. Now, the key thing with all of our agents is the more information we're feeding them, the more information we're going to get back. So if you are using things like budgeting and forecast, that's going to get pulled through and build into maybe you're moving away from your KPIs, and that could be financial KPIs. It could also be non-financial KPIs as well that you can track in QuickBooks. So what it's showing me here, I've selected just to have a look over the last year. Obviously, this is a demo account. We don't have masses of information in here, but it's looking at increases in total income. Has my cost of goods shifted in any way? We've got a major anomaly because of a big negative expense, which is causing a significant reduction. So it's looking at lots of key performance indicators. It'll give you some nice bar charts and graphs where applicable. If you're interested in your gross profit margins, you can look into that. Again, where we see this little logo, it actually means there's going to be more insights there as well. So if we click into the insights, maybe we want to see our top 5 customers for income, for example, or our top 5 accounts. It's making some suggestions, and you also get prompts. So AI is all about the prompts, asking the questions to get more detailed information. So again, lots of reporting here. Your accounts receivable, accounts payable, cash flow trends. You can always export this to PDF. My advice is, if you see anything here that's being highlighted by AI and you want more information, reach out to your accountant, because this is really just a prompt. This isn't going deep into your accounts, but it's highlighting areas that you might want to discuss with your accountant. So that's our financial agent. Let's close that down. Back on our business feed here. We can also get some reporting around P&L, for example. So in this case, it's looked at our P&L, and there's 0 in there for December. But it's found that actually this could be because we've got transactions, but we've not reviewed them. So it's highlighting I've got 6 transactions to review here. We could go and categorize the transactions, for example. If we click on that, it will take us through to our bank feed and will show us transactions that need to be categorized. And that's what the AI is doing in this case, is it's saying, because you've not categorized your transaction, actually your profit and loss is not going to be correct in this case. And if we click on view report, that will take us directly to our profit and loss. Okay, a couple more agents before we get into more detail around the bank feed. This one is great for those of you that are looking for CRMs that want to look at lead generations. What's the best way of generating leads, saving time by letting the AI agents do this for you. So let's open the show details. What the customer agent is doing is I've connected it to my email. So whether that's Google or Outlook. And then when I come in the morning, I've got a list of potential leads that I might want to check out. And based on how we train this AI agent, it's going to qualify these leads as warm or hot or waste of time in some cases. But essentially, it's doing that kind of manual work for you. It's reading through your emails and saving you time. So let's go in and have a look at this one in a bit more detail. So it's going to, as I said, every morning you'll come in, you'll see your leads. Let's get a bit of a wider date period there. I can see the status of my leads, how many are hot, how many are warm, how many are cold. I can track the sales cycle, so from inquiry to discovery to negotiation, and hopefully all the way through to winning the deal there as well. We've got a couple of different views here. We've just launched this week our new beta view on here, which will give you the information and the summary of the emails in each section of that sales cycle. So I can see a summary of the jobs in inquiry. It's telling me this job I need to create an estimate. This is a lead that I need to draft a response to Damien. We've moved here into discovery. I need to schedule a meeting. This is all being done by AI. We've got that AI logo there that tells me that it's highlighting these potential leads and it's created potential responses as well. So what does that look like? Before we get into the responses, up here we've got Manage Agent. And this is where you can teach this AI agent all about your business. So currently, we're seeing around 70% accuracy because I can say to the AI agent whether this really was a hot lead, really was a cold lead, so it knows how accurate it's being. But if we want more accuracy from this agent, we need to manage the knowledge base. So what are the most common objections? What are my preferred payment terms? Are there any customers I do not want to work with? The more we teach AI, the more accurate it's going to be in highlighting the leads, but also drafting responses, suggesting the next steps in the sales cycle. So what typically helps a lead to make a decision? This is a return on investment. Obviously, there's a bit of work to be done here, but the more we do on this, the more accurate our AI agent will be. So in this case, we've connected it to Outlook. And it's got 6 leads for me. You can also add manual leads. So if you have other team members, they've been out and they've met a potential customer, they can also create leads. So you have all of your CRM details around customers and potential customers in one place. So what we see in here, here's all the various leads and the actions that the AI agent is recommending. So let's go and have a look at this one. For Ahmed, it's asking me to review this one here. So what the AI agent has done is, first of all, it's pulled out potential information. If I were to convert this lead to a customer, I've already got the phone number, I've got dates, I've got emails, obviously the name of the customer. It's giving me a high level summary of what's in the email there. Project budget's around 120,000. They want to start as soon as possible. Not only has the AI highlighted and brought this to attention as a warm lead, but it's also suggesting responses to the inquiry. So in this case, right at the top here, let's have a look at the original email that's come through. So they're looking for, they've mentioned the square footage, the budget, and based on the detail that's come through on that email from the lead, the AI agent is composing or suggesting up to three different responses. And the responses will have slightly different language. So you can choose the one that suits you the most. Don't forget this, it isn't sending it automatically. It's just proposing what you might want to send. You actually have to come in and click the send button here. But thank you for the detailed blueprint and your enthusiasm for this project. We're excited to collaborate. We're proposing dates that we might want to visit the client. We'll bring a selection of samples. So again, it's saving time. I don't need to sit here and compose this email because AI can do it for me based on the request that's coming through from this potential lead. Some of the other actions or tasks that might be requested. So we've got schedule a meeting, review the draft response. Maybe the next step here is create an estimate. This will take me directly to the estimate page and pull through the lead's details when it comes to creating the estimate. So all of this is about saving time. It's a built-in CRM system within your QuickBooks. Okay, whilst we're on this kind of customer management piece, let's go. We've got our customer overview here, and this is where it pulls together all of this information. So I can see things like open leads, estimates, contracts are in progress, any unpaid invoices. So you can manage your whole client base here, and you can see the progress of any deals, estimates, projects that might be ongoing. If you're an advanced user, you can get things like work requests, referrals. You've had a really good job with a customer, get them to do a referral or to leave a review and testimonial, and this will all feed into your CRM as well. And we can also see any tasks that might have been created for me or that I might have created for my other team members. We've also got our project section here. So this is where you will, as the name suggests, manage your projects. So I'm going to go into my projects here. I get an overview of all the projects, income, costs from this page. If I want to create a new project, click on the button here. All I need to do is drag and drop the contract, estimate, proposal, any document that we're going to be using to build out the project, and then QuickBooks will read all of the information that's in that document and use it to pre-populate the project details, customer details, emails. Again, it's little things, but they're all time savers, all add up. It's all about automating the flow so you don't need to do the manual data entry and save time for you and your team. Right, last agent for me, and I'm conscious we're running through quite a lot. There's loads of videos that we've released that can give you a lot more information on this as well. And MKS are well up to speed on this. So if you do have any questions, please reach out to them. The last area I wanted to cover, and it's my favorite, which is why I've left it to last, is the bank feed. So bank feeds are really where all the automation starts in your QuickBooks in terms of the information comes from the bank, and then we are now automating as much as possible the creation of the expenses, the bills, the payments, all directly from the bank feed and using AI. So hopefully you're familiar with the concept of bank feeds. In QuickBooks, we have our pending section, which is where you'd come in and you'll review and then post these transactions into the books. Once they're posted, as the name suggests, they're going to sit in the posted tab, or they've been excluded and they're in the excluded tab. So we're going to have a look at pending, and there's some new functionality going on here with AI. We can see our little AI symbol here. So this is signifying that there's something going on. And again, the great thing is I can always see what AI is doing in QuickBooks. So maybe like me, you get transactions coming through on your bank statement. And if you've got a goldfish memory like I have, you can't remember what you spent your money on. You end up going into Google, other search engines are available, and looking for what is that. So essentially, the AI agent is doing that for you in this column. So this is my supplier customer. So if I click on here, it will tell me East Suffolk Council is a government authority responsible for providing various services, not fixing the potholes apparently, and has a link to the relevant website. So it's doing that search for you. So you can feel confident that this has been correctly categorized. Magnum Security, they focus on ensuring the safety and security of their clients. Google Ads, again, will give me a link directly to Google. Happy that the AI knows who Google is. So that's the first step. It's looking at based on the description that's coming from the bank, it's going to give you any information that it can find online about the supplier or the customer. The next column here is where all the good stuff's happening. So this is where, based on that supplier, based on what we've taught the AI, it's going to categorize these transactions for me. So in this case, East Suffolk Council, it's putting it down as business rates. Google, it's put it down as advertising and promotion. Now, there's three levels here when it comes to the bank feed. It's always going to default to bank rules. If you set up a bank rule, and if you don't know much about bank rules, I would definitely recommend learning, speak to your accountant about that. But at a really high level, if I've got a transaction here, it's an expense, it's being posted to accountancy, it's got VAT, I can turn that and create a rule. So every time a transaction comes through from excess accounting, this is how it will be categorized, and this is the VAT that will be applied to the transaction. So bank rules are great because every time Sky comes through, it's created a bank rule for me. If I want, I can get this to automatically post into the books when I'm happy with that rule. So that'll be first. AI will always default to the rules. Second, it would default to whatever you've previously used. So in the case of Magnum Security, it's down as insurance. If I click on the little AI logo here, what it's going to tell me is this transaction is very likely to be with Magnum Security. Great, it says Magnum Security. You've used this category 19 out of 22 times. Straight away, the accountant in me is thinking, what have I done with the other three? Why have I done it 19 times as insurance? And the great thing is then when I click on this, it will give me full information about how we've categorized it. So these are the previous occasions we've used it insurance, and it could be Magnum Security do different services for me. It could be I've miscategorized it, but this will show me exactly how it's been categorized in the past. And if I want, I can select this as the categorization for this transaction as well. So first of all, it's going to default to bank rules. Second of all, it's always learning AI. So if I actually came in and now updated this to a different expense, it would default to that next time. It's learning what you've done. And then if you've never previously categorized, it will make a best educated guess. So I think we've got our coffee shop expense here. This is very generic. It's put it down as entertaining. My accountant probably wouldn't be happy with that, but why is the AI suggested entertaining? It's based on limited text in the full description. It's my business generally uses this. Yeah, if I don't know what it is, I'll just put it down as entertaining, and it gives me the logic behind that. The transaction is for a coffee shop expense, which typically falls under client meals, especially if it was business related. So it's always giving you the logic. And it's not posting it without me coming in and clicking that button. So that's the two main things here on the bank feed. It will categorize your transaction, your customers and your suppliers, and let you know more information about that. And then based on that, it will categorize the expense type. And then all you need to do is click post, and that's posted into my accounts. The last thing on this page is we have this little column here. And this is a way for your accountant to get in touch with you if they have questions. How does this work? So let's pick one here. Holiday lets. I'm going to click on the button. I'm going to pretend I'm your accountant now, and I'm going to ask for more info and ask for a receipt, and then I'm going to add this to my request list. And essentially, what happens then is, depending on the frequency that your accountant has set up, you will get a request from them that might be via email, that might come through directly through QuickBooks, asking you for more information. So here's the one I've just added. You'll have a separate page. So even if you have maybe an accounts payable team in your business that don't access QuickBooks, they will get a link that they can click and still be able to access this page. So you don't necessarily have to be a QuickBooks user to be able to get access. Here's the one we just added, the holiday lets, the information I've asked for. Can you add some more details? Can you add the receipt? And then essentially, I'll come in and I will respond to this. So I can type in my response, whatever it was for, and I can add a copy of a receipt. And then it will move into the in progress. So this is a way of communicating directly within QuickBooks, sharing any receipts, adding more information. The AI will review that. So as an example, if you've maybe uploaded the wrong receipt, rather than your accountant having to do this, AI will actually identify. So in this case, we can see, thanks, I see the receipt is for 128, but the transaction is for 289. So you may see the Intuit Assist, our AI agent, responding, asking for more information, asking to verify if this is the correct receipt. Once you've done all of that, that will sit for your accountant to come into review, and then it will be added into your accounts as well. So just a way of communicating together, but doing all of that through QuickBooks as well. As soon as they mark that as complete, it will move to the complete section, and all of the transaction details will be updated in QuickBooks. Right, I feel like I've done a massive amount of talking in a very short period of time. I hope that
Yeah.
would make sense, but if anyone's got any questions, feel free to pop them into the Q&A. We'll cover them. Lewis,
Yeah.
shall I just move back into the slides and
Yeah, if you're good to, that'd be great. Thanks very much for that. And yeah, we understand that that is a very quick whistle stop tour, sorry, of our new platform. So if there is any sort of questions and things like that, then feel free to reach out to Simon. And then obviously if Simon needs any support from us or you want to have another chat with us, then we're also happy to sort of do that as well. So just to give you a bit of an, if you can go, thanks, Sam. Just to give you a bit of an idea as to where each of those agents sits, depending on which SKU offering that you might have. This screen just gives you a bit of an idea as to sort of what's available in each SKU, and you can sort of tie this back to the current SKU you're using as to what you'll have access to when you turn over to the new system. Obviously, if you've seen something today where you loved the customer agent and you're currently an Essentials user, then you're more than welcome to obviously
reach out to us.
Reach out to Simon to chat about upgrading or and that sort of process. It's very, very easy, and the team at MKS can obviously help you do that. We would obviously love if you can flick over to the next slide, we would obviously love you to sort of start exploring the new platform and all of the features that are in there. It really will hopefully make a great difference to your business and the way that you sort of interact with your accountant. But if there is any questions off the back of it, then obviously please let us know. And then on the next slide, this just gives you a bit of an idea as to how to actually access it. So once you log into QuickBooks, you'll be able to hit the cog icon, the little gear icon in the top right of the screen, and then you can just hit that try the new version of QuickBooks. That will be at the bottom. It's literally a one click, and please don't stress if you desperately need to move back because something is out of place or you need any support, then please obviously just reach out to either Simon and the team at MKS, or obviously we've obviously got our support line that you can also call if you get stuck at all. And then that is it from a sort of presentation perspective, and sort of content side of it. And we have got a couple of questions.
Yep.
So I'll fire them sort of at, well, I'll talk them out just so everybody's got them. But on the dashboard, can you include the drop down custom period so that they can select the exact period they need?
Very good question. I will give feedback to our developer team about that. So there's plenty of options there, but we don't have that custom period. Now, what I would recommend is we're always looking for feedback, and this is brand new. Um, so there's various places within QuickBooks that you can offer your feedback, and I would highly recommend doing that. So if you click on a widget, for example, the three dots at the bottom, you've got the option to give feedback. The more we have feedback around specific requests, the higher up the charts it gets, the more we can dedicate the resource to getting that fixed. But we'll take that away. I will share that feedback because hopefully that's a relatively quick. I always say that, the developers hate it. Yeah, that's easy to do. All you need
Easy
to do is
fix.
switch it on. But I'll take that away
Cool.
and we'll give the feedback. But again, I would recommend just click on that the three dots.
Great.
Uh,
And then the second one is to make QuickBooks more flexible, can the user change the detail type in the chart of accounts? It would be great if we could create bespoke reports. Is there any reason why these can't currently be changed?
So I believe they can, but I would definitely speak to Simon on your
Yep.
accountant before we go in and change chart of accounts,
Yeah.
because it might be linked to accounts production software. There's various reasons why that might be fixed. Typically, it is editable though, but please check with your accountant before you do anything in your
Like what, like, or if we say the chart count stays the same, use something like the Excel sync, spreadsheet sync, and you can dump your codes and live data straight to Excel and then customize where that all sits in Excel would be our way.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, reach out to Simon and the team. Third question is there a connector between QuickBooks and Power BI, which
Let's go. I'm going to go and have a look because I don't know
uh,
the
There
answer.
isn't. I can answer the question.
I was about to say I can answer as well, yeah, but carry on, Simon.
Microsoft depreciated the connection. There used to be a direct one, but Microsoft killed it off end of 24, I think.
Yeah,
You'd have to use a third party app to sync the data between the two, or likewise use the spreadsheet sync to get into Excel and then connect your Excel spreadsheet to Power BI.
yeah, exactly.
If you're ever looking for apps or connections, third party, our app store is apps.com, so very easy to remember. And you can find all of the various apps and connectors that you might require for your business on that page, plus reviews of those apps as well.
Perfect. And then the last question we've got is how can the AI agent help with creation of automated processes? For example, the accounting of recurring operations through the creation of specific rules.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, if we're looking at rules, they're really easy to create without the AI, although the AI is going to make those recommendations. So if we go back to our bank transactions on this page, so yeah, let's pick one off here. Amazon, for example. So the AI has already suggested that the VAT rate for Amazon's typically 20%. It's got Amazon, it's put it down as computer costs. If I then wanted to create a rule from that, I can just, from the drop down here, click create rule. And it's as simple as that. Now, if I want to find any rules that I've created, if we pop open our side menu here, under accounting, I've got the rules section, and we can see any rules that have been created. Now, what I would recommend, if we click on the edit button, actually, you can see it. We've got a column here for auto add. So if I click on edit, it will show me exactly what this rule's doing. So when the money's going out of my bank, the description says Sky. We're going to create an expense, put it as phone costs, put Sky as the PAYE, the payee, and add a tax to that. If there's customers, projects related, we can add all of that. And then right down the bottom, I've got auto add. My recommendation when it comes to rules is leave them to run for a month or two, maybe three. Check that everything is being created correctly, and all that you need to do is hit the post button. Then, after a few months, switch on the auto add, and then they'll automatically create those transactions and post them into your bank account. Now, you always have the option within your bank, you can go to the posted section, and from the filters, I can select, I want to see all the transactions that have been auto posted. I don't know if we've actually got any here. We don't, but if I had auto posted any, I could see, and then I can just check that they're all being posted automatically. So that's what I'd recommend with the rules. See what AI is suggesting, create a rule off the back of that, and then just let that run in the background. Rules have become a little less relevant because AI is doing so much, but I just personally feel more confident when I create a rule because I know I've checked it, it's set up exactly the way I want, and I know it's going to be posted in exactly the way that I want. With the AI, I would always recommend just coming in and checking these before you post. A couple of very quick hints. If you arrange it by bank transaction, it makes it much quicker to come down. All my insurance are insurance, all of my Sky are phone costs, makes it much quicker and easier. And then I can post all of these in one go. Cool. Any more
Right.
questions?
That was all of the ones that have been posted. But having said that, there's no harm in if somebody is lying in bed tonight thinking about Anthony and I, then they are more than happy to drop Simon an email, and he can obviously pass that question over to us or probably answer it himself. If there's any questions, if there's anything else that you need support wise, then we're here to help, and we're very, very keen to do so. So please don't hesitate to reach out whenever you need be. And that's everything from us.
Brilliant. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Anthony. As I said, if you've got any further questions, we'll pop them in. Can we share the recording? Yes. Once it's uploaded, we'll send that round away. Millie's got a question, or she raised her hand. We've got all.
May have been an accident.
It might have been back. So we have got one more question from Marius. Is it possible to manage cost center accounting in QuickBooks? Yes. We can use some classes or locations. It depends on your setup. So it might need a bit more of a deep dive into how you want to capture that information, and depends on what level of QuickBooks you've got. So you can happily take that question offline or follow that up after this recording.
Great.
But yeah, if that's everything, thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Anthony. We'll share this around, and feel free to drop me an email should you have any other questions. And thanks for joining.
Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your week, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers.